No more taxes on Social Security explained here in this video, as this was one of the main selling points to seniors from Donald Trump. I have all the details and what you need to know here in this video, because just like so much other information out there right now, there's a lot of misleading information, miscommunication, and misunderstanding about the elimination of taxes on Social Security and what will this actually do for the program that sends out benefits to well over 70 million beneficiaries every single month, most of which are seniors and people with disabilities. Again, let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, so as of recently, I want to bring this to your attention because I've seen some comments down below on my recent videos lately where people have reached out and said, oh no, this is going to be so bad for Social Security. It's going to drain the program and it's going to be out of money relatively quickly. Let me share with you the details behind this because we're actually talking about two different things. In fact, I just got done having a conversation with a good friend here on the channel, Steven. Hey, shout out to Steven. Thanks so much for reaching out with your questions and your concerns. But we are actually talking about two very different things. And again, that's what I want to clarify because there's this misunderstanding, and over the last several months here, as we all heard it originally floated from, at the time, candidate Trump at the time, now it is President-elect Donald Trump, right? But basically what we heard a couple months ago is that he wants to completely eliminate taxes on Social Security. Now, let me explain this really quickly. Now, there's two different things here, okay? And again, this is where all this confusion is coming from. Okay, yes, where does Social Security get all of its money? Like the bulk of its money, it gets from Social Security payroll taxes. That's not what we're talking about here. Not at all what we're talking about. He is not talking about eliminating taxation of money from earnings on paychecks that actually go into the Social Security Trust Fund. That's not what he's talking about here, okay? And again, why I want to clarify this, because this is exactly what Steven and I were just talking about in the comments section on a previous video. He said, but wouldn't this eliminate and wouldn't this draw down the trust fund? And I wrote back and said, no, because it's two totally different things here. The payroll tax that comes out of your paycheck, as in FICA taxes on your pay stub, when you're out there working and you have a pay stub or you're self-employed and you pay that FICA tax, that is the payroll tax that goes to the Social Security Trust Fund and that basically pays out to beneficiaries. This is where they get the bulk of their money. Well over $1 trillion of income Social Security brings in every single year from Social Security payroll taxes. Those will stay in place. He's not touching those whatsoever. That'll still remain. However, what he's talking about, again, President-elect Trump, again, just want to make that very clear. That's where we're at right now, okay? He's made this very clear. He wants to eliminate taxation of Social Security benefits. I know, it's very confusing, but it's like, isn't this the same thing? No, it's very, very, very different. The first iteration that I was talking about, or the first kind of category I was talking about, was where Social Security gets the bulk of its money is taxation of earned income through the payroll tax, okay? That's number one. That's not going away. That is staying there. He is not eliminating that. But rather what he wants to eliminate is taxation of benefits. In other words, a senior gets Social Security, you get X dollars per month through the course of the entire year, and the end of the year comes by and the IRS comes to you and says, hi, remember us? We want a cut of that benefit. That's what I'm talking about. That is what he wants to eliminate. Now, to be 100% fair, can he do this? Potentially. We will see what happens here over the coming weeks, months, years, things like that. It's going to take some time. It's not going to be something that happens day one at all, to be 100% clear with you, right? It's going to take a little bit of time. And yes, they can do this, but he will also need to get Democratic support to do this, okay? So it's not like he can just come in and do an executive order and do this. No, not how it works. He's got to have full support, and even some Democrats need to come on board to do this, okay? Anyway, so the whole situation here is, okay, now what would this actually mean? Well, let me just share with you really quickly the kind of the tax brackets as far as who would pay taxes on Social Security benefits. Let's just say this much, because I know that a lot of you here in this community fall into this category. If your income is below the standard deduction, I should say is equal to or below the standard deduction, your income is technically zero. You've got zero income. On paper, that's what it is, okay? Remember, at the end of the day, if you were to file a tax return, and if your income is above the standard deduction, now you may have a taxable income. If your income is below the standard deduction, you technically have a zero income on paper. That's all that really matters, okay? Quick side note, nope, this is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. I am not your CPA. I am not your accountant. Please This is just information, okay? I just want to make that very clear. However, here is the situation. If you have provisional income as an individual of $25,000 to $34,000, now 50% of your income from Social Security, or what I should say is 50% of your Social Security benefit is now taxable. However, as an individual, if you have provisional income of over $34,000, now 85% of your Social Security benefit is taxable. That's exactly what Trump wants to eliminate, is the tax on Social Security benefits. Okay, that's what I'm talking about here. Taxation of your Social Security benefit, or as a lot of people like to say, double taxation. That's literally what it is, because you paid taxes going in order to get Social Security benefits, and now as a senior getting Social Security, they're hitting you again, and they are taxing your benefit that you're getting. Make sense, right? So that would be the double taxation, and that's what he wants to eliminate, directly focused on seniors. Now, let's say that you're a married couple. If you're a married couple and you have a provisional income between $32,000 and $44,000, 50% of your Social Security benefits are now taxable, okay? Now, if you are a married couple and you have provisional income above $44,000, 85% of your income, your Social Security benefit, is now taxable. That's what he wants to eliminate, is the taxation of Social Security benefits, not the payroll tax. Confused yet? I know, exactly. A lot of people are very confused about this, which is why I'm making this video, so we can understand what's going on here and what he wants to do. Now, would this impact the trust fund of Social Security? The technical answer is yes, a little bit, okay? Let me share with you some numbers really quickly. In fiscal year 2023. Okay, yeah, fiscal year 2023. That was the most recent Social Security Board of Trustees report that we got. In fiscal year 2023, they had about $1.2 trillion of income, okay? The bulk of that came from Social Security payroll taxes. Again, he's not touching that. A little bit of money, about, what was it? I think it was like $41 or $47 billion. I think it was $47 billion came from interest on the money in the trust fund. Really bad. I mean, it was like a 2.4% return. It was really bad. Really, really bad. It was a terrible return on their money. But anyway, it was about $47 billion of money from the interest on the money in the trust fund. About $57 billion as well. Again, give or take a little bit. $57 billion came in as income to Social Security from taxation of Social Security benefits. So that's all that they're really doing. They're collecting about 57-ish, again, give or take a little bit, about $57 billion from seniors from taxation of their benefits. That's the money that would no longer be going into the Social Security Trust Fund. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, the simple answer is, yep, it would impact Social Security insolvency a little bit, or maybe more like I should say is solvency rather than insolvency. It would impact it a little bit, but here's the thing. It's only a little bit, 50, 55, 60 billion dollars, whatever. Again, it oscillates a little bit every year, but around there. Let's just call it, for easy math purposes, let's just round up. Let's just call it $60 billion. Removing $60 billion coming into Social Security every single year from taxation of benefits, okay, it's going to impact the trust fund a little bit, but it's definitely not going to make that big of a difference. I'm just being honest with you. It's not the difference between hitting insolvency like in 2 years versus 8 or 9 years. It's going to maybe increase solvency or bring insolvency sooner by like a couple months. It's not going to be like a huge deal at the end of the day. I'm just saying that much, okay? So to be 100% fair about this, yep, it would impact the trust fund a little bit, but it's not going to be massively impactful. I mean, here's the thing. They've got this insolvency thing coming in like 8 or 9 years, depending on how you look at it. Just call it between 8 and 10 years. Again, the goalpost continues to change every so often, but it's kind of between that range. Between 8 and 10 years, they've got this insolvency thing. I guarantee you this. It doesn't really matter if there are taxes on Social Security benefits or not. If they completely eliminate them, we're still going to be dealing with insolvency in the same time frame. 8 to 10 years, it's still coming regardless of where we're at. If they eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits, what this would do is it would put more money into the pockets of seniors and retirees, so that money is not going out in the form of taxation, but rather it's staying in the pockets of these individuals, and they can use it on the necessities throughout retirement, like everything, food and shelter and gas and utilities and clothing and medical and glasses and dental and whatever else, all the things like that. All it's doing is keeping more money in the pockets of beneficiaries. That's the purpose of it. Does that make sense? Okay. So for those of you that have been wondering, this is what it's all about. I know there's a massive amount of confusion out there. This has been sold in a, not necessarily the most effective way over the last couple months here. There's a lot of information out there circling around about this saying, oh no, they're going to gut Social Security. No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay, I come back all the time and say about this. They're not doing anything. I know a lot of people are very worried about their benefit right now. There's nothing to worry about. Your benefits will keep coming. Nothing is changing to your benefit right now, okay? I want to make that very clear. Please do not worry about your benefit. Do not lose sleep over it. Your benefits will still come for many, many, many years to come. You got nothing to worry about right now, okay? Hope this helps you. Again, for those of you that were wondering, I hope this clarifies it. Anyway, this is what I got for you, okay? As always, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. If you want me to come back and elaborate on this further, if you want me to jump on a live stream, let me know. I can certainly do that for you, no problem whatsoever. I just want to do what I can to help you out, to understand the situation right now, and again, advocate on your behalf as much as I possibly can. Otherwise, please subscribe down below. If you haven't done so yet, or if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Share this video. Down below the video, there's a big share button. Find 1 or 2 people that you know that receive Social Security and share this video with them so they can also understand this information. It's so important to understand this. This could put a lot more money into the pockets of beneficiaries, probably sooner than later, realistically, if they do follow through with these promises. Okay, this would be good. Share this video with somebody. Otherwise, like the video. Thumbs up button down below if you'd like. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section, and right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thanks again. Enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one, and